goes. This is how it has to be.
On the final episode of Animal Kingdom, it all comes down
Shots fired!
to this.
Let's finish this together.
The series finale of Animal Kingdom, next Sunday at 9 on TNT, and watch anytime on demand in the TNT app.
Jaehaerys called the Great Council to prevent a war being fought over his succession. For he knew the cold truth. The only thing that could tear down the House of the Dragon was itself.
I love prologues. I thought to ground people in the new world, we needed some kind of epic opening that would give people a footing to understand where they were. And I just kept coming back to the Great Council because it was this really substantial event, significant event that had happened before our time, but really set in motion a lot of the things that we were going to see over the course of our story.
When I first read that in the script, I thought to myself, we will have been off air for so long that it's actually an essential component of bringing people back into the world. And it felt like there was no one else that could tell that story.
The Lords chose Viserys, my father.
The thing that the Great Council should tell you is that this is a patriarchy and that the men of the realm want to keep the men in power. I don't think Viserys was a guy who sought the crown or wanted it, really. It kind of came to him.
I think Viserys struggles with being the king. He's got big shoes to fill. Jaehaerys, the king that went before him, was a peacetime king. And I think Viserys feels a duty to honor his reign in a way and try to keep peace amongst the kingdoms.
I knew that I needed to do a sequence in the first episode that gave a nod towards what was capable on this show. And a tournament was something that was exciting.
And it felt really important to bring Game of Thrones action to the pilot.
Sword!
And the reason we chose a tournament is because a tournament is essentially playing at war. And you get to tell the story of unrealized aggression that's let out in this very visceral way.
Queen Aemma has begun her labors.
And it's Viserys putting the cart before the horse a bit, indulging in this grand thing to welcome what he's convinced is a new male heir. It was actually Miguel's idea to intercut the birth with the specific Criston Cole fight, because as Aemma tells Rhaenyra early in the story, the childbed is our battlefield.
We wanted to look at them in the same way that we would look at battle sequences. A battle sequence needs to be about something, otherwise it has no purpose. If you're going to put that kind of violence on screen, it needs to be for a reason. With the birthing, it was the same. We really wanted to see the female perspective because it's a realistic portrayal of things that used to happen at the hands of men to women, because a 50-50 chance that you have of surviving a birth in those times is not good odds.
It sometimes becomes necessary for the father to make an impossible choice.
So we were trying to show how dangerous childbirth was, but also to dramatize the terrible position that Viserys is put in, because it's made very clear to him that Aemma is going to die either way. The only choice that you really have in the matter is whether you try to save the child. And he knows that it's his duty to put forward a male heir, especially if his wife is not going to make it, not be able to generate another heir for him. So that's what motivates him to make that decision with the Grand Maester.
Viserys is in pieces, he's unable to even communicate, he's just distraught. Rhaenyra is finding herself unable to be the child, to be the one that's being looked after. Suddenly she's having to play the adult role.
Dracarys! She's basically cremating, because the Targaryens cremate their dead, so she's cremating her mother and her brother. It's quite traumatic, actually.
She was asked, would you kind of do the honors of lighting the pyre with Syrax? It's a real final moment for her, being forced to say goodbye in that way.
And Daemon is being the most thoughtful, caring, responsive of the three, which was a choice that Matt made.
I think they are normal brothers, and there's a huge amount of love there, and I think it's complicated. There's a sort of deep, dark history that surrounds them.
Daemon's a complicated guy, but he's not a monster. I mean, this is his family. He does love his family, particularly loves Rhaenyra. And look, his brother is shattered, and I think he feels for them.
I do hereby name Rhaenyra Targaryen, Princess of Dragonstone and heir to the Iron Throne.
It's a really important scene for the pilot because obviously it's the thing upon which all the future drama in the show is going to turn on, the fact that Rhaenyra was named heir and supplanted Daemon.
Viserys chooses Rhaenyra in part out of guilt for what he did to Aemma, and in part out of love because he wants her to be happy to fulfill her own potential.
Rhaenyra sees it as the first time that she feels that she's good enough for her father. She's also the first woman ever to be named heir. Viserys was named heir over someone who should have deserved it, Princess Rhaenys. So she kind of feels like there's like a reprimand in that.
There's something else that I need to tell you.
Viserys is obsessed with the idea that they may be around the corner from the end of the world. And we felt like it was a really good way of adding this weight to the notion of Rhaenyra becoming queen. Instead of her wanting to do it out of ambition, she was being handed down a
Let me clean it for you.
You have a great attention to detail. I want you on color.
Don't do this. What other option do we have? I'm not gonna let anything happen to our family. No one can ever know the truth.
That's some bad news.
The Cleaning Lady. All new episodes Monday, September 19th on Fox.
Tell me how long you've been kissing Isabella.
I'll tell you that if you tell me how long you've been forgetting things. Liz, are you okay?
Max, help me!
No!
I've always expected to come through, and I can't. My brain is broken.
Roswell, New Mexico. 2 episodes left, beginning next Monday at 8, 7 Central, only on the CW.
Go, go,
go! Deal goes down tonight. Once the money is deposited, we'll be able to make the bust.
Want to take down an entire drug empire?
I can't let this deal go through. I need to warn them.
I want to join the JSA.
It's a season of answers.
A different tone.
We're switching things up and offering something new.
You've changed. Other people will see that eventually.
So she's kind of open arms with Cindy, but the rest of the JSA, not so much.
The JSA isn't going to work if you let people like Cindy Berman on the team.
She's like, hey, you remember when you did that thing that almost killed all of us? We'd love to have you in our home.
I still don't trust her.
There's a lot of history that hasn't been addressed between her and I.
She's part of the team. She needs to be brought up to speed on everything.
She is able to look at Cindy and be like, well, maybe she can change. I'm not sure.
It smells like a gas station bathroom.
It's so hard. It's so hard. She just like is biting her tongue.
I'm a member of the Justice Society of America now.
That sounds terrible.
Why is Starman back?
When you formed the bond with Cosmo over there, it woke up the bond I have with him,
too. Did he come back to take this staff?
You're destined for greater things than art, Cameron.
Time to tell you the truth about your family.
He thinks he's the only one in this town who has these weird, crazy things happening to him when in reality, as everyone else knows, he's just the last one.
I feel guilty about what happened. He doesn't know.
You can't tell him.
I'd like to combine forces, work this case together.
Arms, drugs, sex trafficking.
If what you're saying is true, it's beyond comprehension.
Looks like we're going for a ride.
We need to win.
There's more to the story.
They're building up to something. We keep fighting
Together.
So which is it? I know Bix has a game. I know you bribe quartermasters to leave valuables on the ships before they come in for scrap, but this isn't that. This isn't something that let pass.
No. I went in and got this myself.
How? How's that possible? It was sealed on the Imperial Naval Base in Steergard.
Look, you got the money, I got the box. What else is there to talk about?
I'll give you another 1,000 credits to tell me how you got it.
Another 1,000.
Done. How?
You just walk in like you belong.
Takes more than that, doesn't it?
What, to steal from the Empire? What do you need? A uniform, some dirty hands, and an Imperial toolkit. They're so proud of themselves. They don't even care. They're so fat and satisfied. They can't imagine it.
Can't imagine what?
That someone like me would ever get inside their house, walk their floors, spit in their food, take their gear.
Broke up with Kyle, but body isn't cold yet. What should I do?
There ain't a thing, there ain't no rain. To a beautiful night.
DJ, drop that beat! I've always wanted to say that.
Grownish. New episode next Wednesday at 10 on Freeform.
I'm here to kidnap you. The alien baby seems to like you.
All right, let's go.
What? It's the alien.
Nothing healthy, please.
Resident Alien, all new next Wednesday at 10.
Oh, are those bananas? No, plantains again. Ugh.
Wednesday.
Here's the plan. You two head for the warehouse. Lana will retrieve the suitcase.
All right, now's our chance while they're blind.
God, I wish I could see this.
You sure you're good to fly?
Yeah, Ray's dead.
FX's Archer. All new Wednesday at 10 on FXX. Stream on Hulu.
I'm hideous. Where did the time go? Went right to my face.
American Horror Stories.
I'm not slicing and stretching skin around like I'm making sausage.
A new nightmare. Every week.
I don't just work on the skin. I work on the whole you.
This woman is shady, Mom.
No! What did you do to my mother? FX's American Horror Stories. Facelift. Now.
Are you in love with Davia?
Silas won't let you leave.
The baby's coming right now.
3.
Gael, you're gonna have to deliver the baby.
2.
Stop!
1.
Good trouble. See.
My entire life, I've been searching for something. This is good versus evil. Saving people, hunting things. I was born to do this.
Don't go down this road, John.
What the hell?
I'm so sorry. What's your name?
I'm Mary.
You were raised to be
A hunter.
a lot of fun, you know that?
You can walk away. It is time to let the past go.
This a normal night for you?
Yeah.
The Winchesters, new series October 11th, free next day only on the CW.
There's only one person keeping us safe.
It was kind of fun.
I'm not looking for love. Our city is hurting. Our family is hurting. That has to be my focus.
Kung Fu. New episodes premiere Wednesday, October 5th. Free next day only on the CW app.